Welcome to Matrix 301. Today we'll go over the CMA, a bit of the speed bar, statistics, and more. Let's get started. Go ahead and come into miamirealtors.com. Select the gateway, log in with your license and password. From the gateway dashboard, select Matrix, and let's come to Matrix's homepage. To get started, we'll talk about the Market Watch. To do the Market Watch, we can slip into and decide to see single family, residential land, residential income, residential rental, commercial land, commercial improved, business opportunity, and cross property. To customize any of these, you select it and click Customize, and then you can choose to make it yours. Let's say that you want to see under single family 500 plus, right? And you're interested, let's say, in Weston. You can type it in or search for it. Once you click Save, now your Market Watch, when you open it, will tell you the information that's happening in the area. So let's say that you can choose the last 24 hours, and we can see that there's 1 coming soon, 4 new, 2 back on market, 1 price decrease, active with contracts 2, 1 canceled, 2 temp off market, and if we wanted to, we could come back 7 days and see 19 new, 6 back on market, and 13 closed. The great thing about the Market Watch is that it keeps you posted and updated to what's happening in your area. All you have to do is make sure to select the property type, click Customize, make it yours, and then when you open it up every day, the MLS will speak to you. So in this case, if I wanted to see what had closed in Weston, I would click just the closed and see all the properties that had closed in the area. I could even come and review them by clicking the MLS number. I could click Next and see the sold price. And that way, stay up to date and informed about what's happening in the area of interest and know what the homes are going for. All of this from the home page, setting up my Market Watch. Next, let's talk a little bit about the shorthand or MLS number or address that you can use in the speed bar. So if you know an address, you can come up to the top and type it. Right? So let's say that you were looking for a building, 500 Brickell. You can type it in and you'll see everything that's happened in the MLS for 500 Brickell. You'll see all the property types, including rentals, sales, what's available, closed, and more. You could also come under Hello, Help, and see the speed bar and learn even more details on how to use it. Maybe street name, active, closed, etc. So you could even put a list price, and then you can use a combination shorthand like you see here. So let's try it. We'll come to the very top, and then we can use the following: residential closed, an amount with a range, bedroom with a range, bath, and even put in a zip code. Click Enter, and you can see all that have closed in an area. This and many other ways to use your speed bar. Alrighty, let's talk about something else. Coming back to our homepage by clicking on either the homepage tab over here. Once you're in the homepage, one of the things that you may want to look into is your hot sheets and the fact that you can customize them. If we click to customize, you can see that you can have them here. You can restore system defaults if you would like, right? You can also move down and organize. You can click one and add it. And when you add it, you can name it. Let's say that I want to do Weston single family, and you click Save, right? So I have the regular one up here and I added this one. Once I've added it in, I could edit criteria and I can come back and select the city I can do days back, right? So let's say 0 to 7. And I can choose to select new, click Control or Command, closed, let's say back on market. And we can select total bedrooms. Let's say I want to see 3 plus, 2 plus, right? And I can even select property type and add or remove items. So I'm going to select single family and click save. Now that I've prepared my hot sheet and I'm done, now remember you can do this for all property types. I click done, and right from my homepage, I can simply click and be updated to the sale pricing, right? Or what's occurring and the changes as I indicated in my hot sheet that I wanted to see, right? So you can see all the activity for the last 7 days. So I can see that this one went from pending sale to closed sale. 16101 Opal Creek Drive, 590,000, 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,576 square feet. I have the one up here at 2711 Lake Ridge Lane, sold at $4,009,000, 6 bedrooms, 7 bath. So this helps to keep me posted to what's hot and happening in my area. Again, from the homepage, your hot sheets, you can customize them. And then once you do, click in and see them, and you have them for your property types. Next, let's come to the top and let's do some statistics. You can actually come to the top here and click stats. We do provide a class called Market Stats with Matrix, RPR, and more, where we go over some stats and statistics that are provided by the association, and we review these in length as well. I do want you to see that you can see here average days on market versus list median, historic count of active listings, historic sales by year, historic sales price trend, historic sales versus price range, list price square foot ratios, my historic sales price trend, original price versus sold price, sale price versus list price, which is all great. So let's say that we were trying to study an area. We would click here and select it. And let's say that we wanted to do single family homes, right? Let's say that we wanted to do South Miami. Select South Miami, correct? And not that we were looking for bed baths, etc., but we want to come and customize it, so we could do it up top. And we want to do the last 5 years, but you can do the past 10. You can do year to date, past 12 months, previous year, 2021, 2020, and what we're going to be doing past 5, 10, and custom. Alrighty, I can go ahead and generate it. And I see my graph. Once I do it, I can select to print or email, and I can clear it out as well. I can also come to the top and save it if I chose. So if I wanted to save it, I could come in here and put South Miami. Right. And save a copy, and it will now be available to me on my presets. And I can also visit the data, and you can see here, and this is the closed price to list price ratio. In 2018, 90, in 2019, 93%, in 2020, 97%, and 2021, 94.8%, 2022, 97.6%, and now in 2023, 94.8%, and last February, 97.7%, versus February last year was 100.9%. So you can see the percent list to, price to list ratio in the area. So these are neat. Some of these are very exciting. You can see historic sales by year. Let's click on that one so you can view it. We'll come to the search component, and let's say that this time we wanted to do condos, and we're going to clear a little more here. We're going to do condos, and let's say that we wanted to do 33131, 33129, 33130, just as an example, right? So we want historic sales by years in condos, and let's say that we're really looking for 2 bed, 2 bath exact. So you can get statistics exact like this, right? And we can come to the customize area and choose maybe previous year, past 5 years, etc., and generate. Now, these are great to prepare for presentations, to help people understand what's happening in the market or what has occurred, and more. Here you have your data, right? Number of sales, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and last year. Great thing about this, by the way, is that you can also come in and export as a CSV and download the information. Okay, you can also print, and you can choose to print not only the graph, but you can show tabular data as well. So have both the graph and the tabular data, and you can print that. And I like to show you that you can have it and save it as a PDF if you want to use it for your presentations. You can do this for each of the reports that you're able to create. All of these statistics available right here in Matrix. All right, now let's move on to creating a CMA. I want you to know that you can find your CMAs under My Matrix, My CMAs, and the system keeps CMAs for 180 days. Your CMAs will be saved for 180 days past the last modified date, and then will be automatically deleted. How can you come in and create one? Well, you can come in My Matrix, My CMAs, and start your CMA here. Or if you're doing a search, you could in fact do a search, right, to see what's happening in an area. Let's say RE1, RE2. Come in and let's say you want to review what's happening. So you do active and closed. You could even search pending if you like. Don't forget that we have the CMA workshop class where we go in detail on how to create it. But here I'm showing you the steps and the mechanics of doing a CMA in Matrix. So let's say I want to do half a mile from an address. 12733 Northwest, 99 Court. And then notice that the system gives me a reference. I selected, yes, I did mean that address. I want to look for half a mile from there, and I'm looking for a single family home, and it is a 3-bed, 2-bath, right? Of course, I could put adjusted square foot, but first I want to seek the results and peek at what they have to offer, what's going on. I come in, and the property that I'm looking at is actually 1,500 square feet, and I do see that there are a couple, right, within the same subdivision. So if I were going to be doing my CMA, let's say if I was doing it on this property here or this property here, I could use these exact ones. So in this instance, my property is not in the MLS for sale yet because I'm going to be doing a listing presentation, and I can select the ones that are appropriate. If I needed to, I can always come to the map and review the map. I always tell agents to switch from the map view and come into satellite view because sometimes it gives you a sneak peek into an area. You can see rooftops, etc., locations. And I come to my results again, and I just want to keep these 3 to do my CMA. So I come into refine, narrow, and just select those 3. Now, just in case I did not have the property information and I wanted to be able to put info in, I could always resort to IMAP. Make sure I have the appropriate county and type in the address here. Search. And if you do take an IMAP class, we teach you how to create a quick CMA in the system where we do create the evaluation for you to do and the find comparables quickly. So I'm going to come into here and do a quick find comparable. I'm going to go ahead and try to do within the same subdivision since I had quite a few and I see that there's none. So I will leave that half a mile. And I do see, let's see, 32, 32, 32, and the square footages are the same. And there are a couple here that are not, so I'm going to start removing those. Okay, and this is the CMA I'm sort of looking at for right now. Notice that I have the sales that occurred with realtors and one that did not. And what I could do is I could in fact save as a PDF, and it downloaded, and I can actually add this. But I've also come in and now I have living area, bed bath, and some of the information that I may need when creating the CMA and adding in the info. So I come into Matrix, I've had these three selected, I click back over to actions, and there is a CMA button right here. I could click and start my CMA, so I can do a search to find comparables in the area and start my CMA. I could either search and add this to a customer or create a new customer. I can select to create it in English or Spanish, type in a description of the property, a reminder that CMAs only are kept in the system for 180 days, and then I can follow the CMA wizard. Notice here that I have upload custom pages. I could in fact come in here, choose the file, and if I have marketing collateral or another item that I would like to add in, like the CMA I've created, I could add it, upload. I could choose to have a header added to it or not. I could choose any additional file and maybe come in and find some marketing collateral information on the work I provide, add or not add the header, save, and then these are also custom pages that I could add. Notice how I have some pages already selected. These may be pages that I've already set as a default, but I can always come and select all the pages. And I advise you to do so because sometimes the pages pertain to a listing presentation and sometimes they're really not effective for a buyer. So you can come and choose, since there's steps to a positive showing, the guarantee to you, etc. If you wanted to put them in a certain order, let's say the comparable that we did in IMAP, you can shift that up if you would like. Right? And then continue to move along. So we clicked on every one of the titles here under available pages. We added the two items in through our manage custom pages and then selected them to be added here. And then we can shift up and down the pages that we've selected that show in this area here. Now that we've done this, right, we can come in and click to the subject area. And you can either enter an MLS number if you have it, type in the property fields manually, or search for a cross-property listing to autofill. In this case, I want to show you the manual format, but if you had the MLS number, you would put in the MLS number here and fill it in. Or if you do want to do a cross-property search, you could. I'm going to come into here and type, and this is where we would put the information that we had on the property. There's no unit number. The city is Hialeah Gardens. The zip code is 33018. And you start to type in the county is Miami-Dade. If you had a photo, you could upload it. You could put the subdivision, total baths, full baths, any half baths, pool yes or no, stories, parking description, any remarks you may want to add, the longitude and latitude you can locate if you like by putting the address. And we'll do that here. Locate. Now we have the location and we can click on done. And now we have the latitude and longitude. We can come to the top. If we wanted to, we could browse. And let's say we wanted to add a photo. We'll use this one as an example. Okay, we'll add that photo in. Our cover page will then include the subject property photo. We could browse and upload as well. Our contact info, our agent information, and you do this in Matrix 101. Our comparables, the ones that we've selected. Select, We can then view them on the map because we selected a map page. Here's the property in question and the properties that we're comparing to. Any adjustments that need to be made. And we'll notice here that these are closed properties, and we can shift through them and see they're 3, 2. And there's no differences, right? Pricing, comparable pricing, the analysis, and then you can put a suggested price. You can add in any notes or details that you've noticed, and you can click finished. Now, of course, this has included all of the potential pages. I always like to click save, and then you view. And one of the reasons I want you to view is there are certain pages that if you're working with a buyer, you may not need. And if you're working with a seller, you will need, like scheduling, open house, preparing the home, preparing for pictures. So I want to show you the method where you can review and then go and remove and then decide how you can keep your default pages in the CMA. So you have, this is one potential cover, the guarantee to you, which is great. This is what we uploaded from IMAP. CMA adjustments side by side on the properties that we're comparing. List and sale price. Average days on market, 30 days. The recommendation that we wrote in. The map layout of the locations. Property in question, the 3 we're using to compare. And then you have here an activity versus timing that illustrating the importance and significance of those first 2 weeks on the market. So this is something that if you were working with a buyer, you may not need. But in this instance, we're doing it so as if we were doing a listing presentation, so we would leave. The effects of overpricing and what it could do over time. The benefits of using a realtor professional for pricing, marketing, security, negotiation, monitoring, renegotiation, closing, and settling. I think these are great things for them to realize everything that you provide. Another pitfall of overpricing. So let's say that this one you say, that's one too many. You can always come to Matrix, come back to the page on the wizard and say the effects of overpricing, this one here, or the pitfalls. Let's say that the effects, you didn't like how it looked, you come and select it and you can remove it, and then you would just keep the other. So the name on the page, the title or the header is what appears here, so you would know what to come and remove. Coming back into the report, you keep on going. You have information on where the commission goes, which clearly explains listing broker, listing agent, selling broker, selling agent, and the compensation division. You have sources of buyers, internet real estate agents, and how important you work hand in hand with these two. Steps to a positive showing, really important. First impressions, cleanliness, less is more, repairs, etc. What it takes to show. And then this is the other cover if you're interested. So if you like this one better, we would come back into Matrix, remove this one here, and then select this cover sheet and put it all the way to the top. Right? And that's how you organize the selected pages. Your info, and then summary of comparables at the end. Another item with detail, and then the CMA Pro report. So let's say that you decided this was a bit much or you didn't want to use it. You could come and select. Let's say you didn't want this one either, and then that's that next one that comes in, selling the price, and then the top ranking. So you could put some collateral at the end with some info about you, right? And now that you've made those adjustments, you can come back to the very end and finish, save again, and now you're ready to save it. Remember, the system saves it for 180 days. You could email, and it would email only the customer, right? And then if you were going to do a presentation, you could actually go ahead and view it. I recommend you keep a copy that's easily accessible to you. So if you're going to take your computer, I would open it up and save it on my computer. And then that way you'll have it available even if the internet is not working or for some reason Matrix is under maintenance. And that is our MLS 301 class, including CMA creation. Please note that currently we have a 6-part MLS series, and we hope that you're able to join us for all of them. We want to thank you for being Miami members and for taking the time to be with us today. One more thing before you go, My Matrix, My CMAs, you could sort when created or last modified, and you would immediately see when was the last one. See it here, and you can add it, view it, email it, or delete it. And remember that it is kept in the system for 180 days. Thanks again for being a Miami member. Thanks so much for being with us, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.